Hello fam, this is Kofi Kyle, and this is that second video I was talking about. And starting out this video, I want to talk about, I wrote a book for those who read my book. And in this book, I mentioned some things. I mentioned that there is a liquor store, a church, and a loan place on every corner in the black community. And these are sucking the money of our black communities. And also in the book I wrote, From Religion to Consciousness, I said, if Jesus saved, he doing a piss poor job at saving black people. I put that in my book. Now, some people got offended. And of course, they're going to come to the rescue of the church and blah, blah, blah. But they said that I misinterpret the neighborhood, and why black people are suffering. So we're going to put that theory to the test. Now, I go by facts. Fact number one, I used to be a pastor. I was on the inside. These pastors ain't trying to help our communities. All they want to do is build churches and bigger congregation so they can make more money. The truth of the matter is, every church on every corner in the black community is not helping the black community. That's number one. Fact number two, I went looking for an apartment complex. And I ran across this mega church, famous pastor. I'm not going to mention any names. And where this mega church was built was all a big old huge vacant store lot. Just storefronts, all vacant. Now, when driving through the neighborhood, I ran across this one church, smaller church. In this church, they flew the black flag. Kid you not. First church I ever seen done that. And on the sign on the side of this church, it says, "Let's rebuild Wall Street, Black Wall Street." Mind you, this is a little church. And around the corner from that little church, of course, there's a black-owned grocery store. There's a black-owned restaurant and a black-owned corner store. All right? Now, where this mega church is, there's no black-owned businesses, maybe besides a barbershop. No sign that says, "Let's rebuild Black Wall Street." You see my point? You see where I'm going with this? So it's not a matter of opinion, but it's a matter of fact, what we see, hear, and have common sense to see with our own eyes. Now, I'm not saying there aren't any churches who want to do the community any good financially, but it's not going to come from an organized denomination or a church that calls itself a denomination, which really undercover is a denomination. It's not going to come from their sources. How do I know this? Again, I've been on the inside. Too many apostles, too many prophets, too many bishops, too many moderators got their hands in the pocket of the church. I've known pastors who gave all their money away, Church of God of Christ, Church of Christ, trying to be the next bishop. As long as those entities exist in a church will never prosper financially to give back to the community. It's not an opinion, but it's a fact. Anyway, peace, love, shalom, hotep.